Right, there we go. Okay, good. So we're going live.
Perfect.
Boom. There we go. Welcome everybody to the final professional beauty webinar of the week. We are hopefully going to be over this lockdown very soon. But in the meantime, please do join us next Friday as well for the next one. I'd just like to go through a little bit of housekeeping first. We have the text box on the right-hand side of the screen for you to chat, etc. with us. And at the bottom of your screen, there's the question and answer option. So if you do have any questions for our panelists, please put your questions there, and then we can answer them at the end of the session. And therefore, without further ado, I would like to introduce Edwin Cousins and Candice Donadall. Candice runs her own hair salon, and Edwin will tell us what he does shortly, or Candice might even, but he's well worth listening to, as is Candice. So over to you, Candice.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to, like Phil said, saving the best for last. I am here to explain to you my journey from being a salon owner into now owning DigiMagic with Edwin. So Edwin, if you want to just start that slideshow. Okay, so basically, this is true and it's not fabricated, and I will show you all of the stats to prove it. But basically, I increased my salon's turnover by 30% last year in the annum. And we want you to just stick around till the end of this webinar because we've got some free gifts to give you as well. So just a little bit of an introduction. DigiMagic is all about disrupting traditional salon marketing, and it's a new way to secure financial stability for your salon. So just a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry for 23 years. I was the creator of Mirrors Hair Lab for the last going on 11 years. I took on a business partner almost 3 years ago in the beauty department, and it's been a wonderful marriage. The two obviously work really well with each other. But, you know, when you're a hairdresser, you always dream about being fully booked and so busy, and that dream had come true, and I was fully booked 3 weeks in advance. Everybody that phoned the salon was just requesting me, and I'd have to convince them to go to somebody else. And I wasn't happy. I was not able to control what happened in my business. I was the busiest one behind the chair, so I got frustrated when my staff weren't busy like me, which in turn became, you know, bitchy because you're frustrated. Anyway, cut a long story short, excuse me, shortly after I partnered up with my business partner, Megan, I had a back injury that put me on my back. It was in October 2017, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even manage the salon from a distance. I had to have bed rest for 3 weeks. And in that time, I started searching for something else that I could do where I could still have my salon, or I didn't know at that point. And Facebook marketing mastering came my way. I watched the free webinar, tried to implement everything that I'd learned that was given to me for free, tried to do that with boosting posts, landed up not succeeding, but I could see that there was value and I was missing something. So I signed up for a very intense course. It was about 6 months where I used Mirrors as a practice client along with 2 others. And that's where Edwin and I met. Edwin's had a lot more experience than me in digital marketing, but he can tell you a little bit more about himself. And after studying in in December 2018, I thought, right, now I want to see what my skills can really bring me. I don't want to find a client that I'm going to have to convince to pay money. I know what it's worth. I'm going to throw as much money as I can at it. And I decided that Olaplex is probably a good place to start. And for those of you that don't know, Olaplex is a hair treatment. It allows you to have blonde hair that's shiny like mine. And it's not a commitment. It's not like a perm or a head of highlights. So I thought if I advertise to cold audiences, as we like to call them, people that don't know us, what would they more likely be coming into the salon for? Yes, a blow dry, but I don't want to make 150 Rand off each client. I wanted something more. So I started with this Olaplex Spa Day for Your Hair campaign. And I knew that everybody would come because they can still go to their hairdresser for their usual things. So I'm going to focus on one campaign that I did. But please bear in mind, I tested and I've done a lot of campaigns for nails, for highlights, for Brazilians. We even termed the word Olaplexzillion, where you use Olaplex and a Brazilian together. So I'm going to go through all of that just now. But without further ado, let me introduce my technological magic man, Edwin.
Thanks. Well, thanks for that introduction, Candice. And Phil, thanks very much for letting us have a chat with everyone today. It's really, really great to be here. And we're really excited to chat to everybody that's online, whether you're watching live or you're going to be watching later. So just a brief introduction. I'm a retailer. I'm not from the health and beauty industry. My chrome dome might give some of that away. That's not my forte. But what I did was about 10 years ago, I decided to leave the corporate rat race, if you will, and go out on my own. I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and that's what I did. I went out on my own and I started my own business. And after month one, it was a consultancy business. And after month one, I realized very quickly, hold on, I need to do something to get clients on board, because when I worked for the company, I could blame the marketing department. And now when I started trying to get clients myself, I realized this is probably going to be very key to my survival if I want to make it out here. And I had a choice to make. I'm either going to educate myself or I'm going to outsource it. And I did both. I first outsourced it. I tried a lot of different agencies and had various levels of success, all of which ended up with a net result of the same, or if not worse position that I was in, because I spent a lot of money, but my turnover levels hadn't changed. And then I decided, well, let me grab the bull by the horns, take a couple of years, and literally that's what it took, a couple of years to upskill myself, a good, healthy investment in terms of financial investment into my own education. And then the real education started off testing. And that's really who I am and what I do now. And along the way, as Candice said, we joined forces because one thing that really attracted me to the industry was the ability that this industry has got to make an impact on society. People scoff when I say that because, it's health and it's beauty and it's not cancer that's being cured. But what it is you actually in the industry of, changing someone's perception, their well-being, their mental state. There's so much more that goes into it. And I just fell in love with the industry. And then we started testing and running exciting campaigns, but we'll talk to that more. Candice is going to run through what some of the common problems are that everyone's experiencing.
All right. So personally, my pain points as a salon owner were always staff. I didn't want to have a huge staff complement because I'm an emotional business owner. And every time somebody left, it would really, really devastate me. And on top of that, they'd leave with the clients. The other thing is, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't want to be the busiest one in the salon only. I wanted everybody to be as busy as me. So we look at the first column, declining profit margins. We've got escalating rent. We've got a high staff turnover. There's not a lot of salons out there that can say that they've had their staff forever. And hats off to you if you have, well done. The competition that's out there. I mean, there is a hair salon on every block, in every suburb. You'll find a hair salon very easily. And now, of course, we have to mention the coronavirus. Also, our customers' focus has shifted. Your client isn't watching TV or listening to radio much anymore. They're listening to podcasts. Now, more than ever, they're on Facebook. If you want to get in front of any of your clients, Facebook's the way to do it. And then, of course, YouTube and Netflix. Traditional marketing doesn't work anymore. We've got business cards that we bought a year ago that we still have. Flyers and posters, I mean, it's great to give them out, but they don't really bring you a return on that investment. And then billboards, even if you put a big billboard up, you don't know how many people have actually looked at it or taken your phone number down. And then again, who has the time to learn all this tech? I only had the time because I was flat on my back and I was desperate because I knew that hairdressing and working with my hands and on my feet all day needed to change. And again, do you take the 3 to 12 months to teach yourself, or do you outsource? Where's your passion? Because if you're a hairdresser, I don't think that you're going to want to be sitting in front of a computer the whole day. And then again, the problem that I've seen with every single hair salon owner that I've chatted to is Facebook doesn't work for my business. Again, if you are boosting posts, rather go to casino and put the money in the slot machine, because boosting posts is Facebook's wonderful way to entice you. It's that shiny blue button that we just want to press and all our problems will be solved. No. You're appealing to a very wide audience and they're not going to be your target market. So what is the solution?
So we're all faced with coronavirus at the moment, and this really should be beyond the coronavirus. It's not just what we should be doing now. It's really what we should be doing, every single day in our businesses. This is such an incredible industry, and it's making such a great difference in people's lives. And you guys are really artists in terms of the work that you produce. You've got such great content opportunities. So what you should really be doing is taking advantage of the algorithms across all the platforms. The way the algorithms work is that they want to see constant posting taking place. So not 3 or 4 posts one after the other, but throughout the day with 2 or 3 hour breaks in between. And the great thing is that there's a lot of software out there that you can schedule those posts. So you can block out a bit of time, shoot a few videos, before and after pics, and then you can schedule all of those posts to happen automatically. So that's what the algorithms want to see. They want to see you posting, and they want to see you engaging and responding to comments and asking questions, because then they'll give you some form of organic reach, but more importantly, it's going to give you a lot of social proof. So when people who haven't heard of you before come across your page, there's a bit of a know, like, and trust factor. So how do you do this? Simply, if I had to interview any one of you and ask you, how does this product work? How should I care for this beard that's turning gray, for example? How should I care for how should my wife care for her hair? You would be able to speak volumes with the experience and the knowledge that you've got. So all you've got to do is ask yourself a question, answer that question, grab your smartphone, just chat to the phone, record it, and you've got a post. You do a series of posts, once a week, take an hour, and you shoot 5 or 6 posts, 5 minutes long, each on a topic, and you've got a couple of posts for that week with videos. And you can really, really connect with your audience during this time and beyond, because they're going to feel an affinity for you. They're going to start recognizing you. Candace will tell you now what happens to her. I mean, because she's shooting videos. In fact, Candace, I think you should just tell them now.
Yeah, so basically, again, just coming back to the launch, I wanted to put everything that I could into it to gain the most out of it. And I thought that I would just make myself a spokesperson. In all the studying that we did, we had to record videos, we had to get comfortable in front of the camera. So I just did it. And I mean, the first videos, if you look at them, they're very amateur, but Facebook likes that amateur kind of vibe. If you put any polished videos on, like I used to use a lot of videos from product companies, which are very polished and very professionally done, your engagement isn't that much. So the more your audience can really connect with you as a person, as your authentic self, the better the engagement is. So in the beginning with Olaplex, I did lots of videos. I did one of me behind the scenes, actually getting it done step by step, lying at the basin with the phone above my head. I did another one of myself explaining the products, the features and benefits. And then I did another one with client interviews, asking them how they're enjoying their Olaplex experience in the salon. And what was wonderful about this is, we'll talk about the dating, marketing as dating, but what was really wonderful is that when people were coming into the salon and they've never been to the salon before, they would look at me and say hello to me like they know me and immediately feel comfortable. And as a hairdresser or a beauty therapist, we're very close to our customers. And if you don't get that camaraderie and that rapport going in the first 5 minutes, it's not necessarily that you're going to do a wonderful facial or an excellent haircut that they'll come back. They really need to relate to you as a person. And I mean, they open up to you, they tell you all sorts of things. So that first 5 minutes is really, really important. And if they're already seeing you on video, they already know, like, and trust you.
So guys, what you need to do is, as Candice has said, is stop boosting those posts. Rather spend time and go and get your Facebook ad account set up properly. And you really want to identify the audience that you want to attract to your business. And once you've identified that, you can use Facebook's audience optimization tools to really hone in. I mean, these guys have got so much information on us. It's scary. They're tracking our movements. They know where we shop. They know where we're surfing online. They know so much more about us than what our own family knows about us. So they can really hone in with hyper niche marketing. So you can select a sliver of society that you want to target, set up that audience, and then warm them up. You know, it's the old saying that Candice was alluding to. If I walked into a restaurant and there was somebody that I was attracted to, and I walked up to them, it doesn't matter how loaded I was or how gorgeous I am with this bald head, that if I walked up to them and I said to them, listen, Smark, you stuck it. Let's get married. They're going to tell me straight, listen, there's something wrong with this Looney Tune dude. Get rid of him, run for the hills, because that's not how it works. There's a bit of a courtship that needs to take place. You know, there's a bit of chemistry that has to happen first. And so many brands get that wrong. They'll just go out there and they'll just say, you know, they don't post on a regular basis, and all of a sudden there's an ad, buy from me. But why should I buy from you? Why should I invest my money with you? I don't know who you are. So there's a bit of a warming up process that needs to take place so that they can get to know, like, and trust you, so that when they walk into your salon like they did with Candice, they really feel like they know her because they've been watching her videos, they're walking, they're greeting her by name, and I'm sure she must be taken aback and going, I wonder, do I know you? Don't I know you? But, you know.
I'll just say hello to everyone now.
100%. So don't propose on day one. Warm them up, use your Facebook ad account, and then create campaigns, which will then take them through to what we call a sales funnel. And a sales funnel is really just jargon for what a salesperson does. A really good receptionist will upsell, you know, take bookings for additional services, will add on, will recommend products so that your retail sales can be boosted. And that's what a sales funnel does. It takes away a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So Candice is going to go through a case study where how exactly this is the strategy that she followed and how she increased her turnover with 30%, which is phenomenal, by the way. Just think of how many guys out there are battling and sadly even closing.
Okay, so also I just want to make mention of a mistake that I made in the beginning. You've got a business page. That's probably where all of you are sitting at now. And then from your business page, you're probably boosting posts. But there is a back end of Facebook, and you get something called the business manager. And once you've opened a business manager, you can create an ad account. And that is where the magic happens. And there is no option to boost in that ad account. So the strategy that I've been following for the last 2 years, like I said, warming campaigns. We did a lot of video view ads. Like I said, the more amateur they are, the cheaper Facebook charges you. It's quite weird. And then the more engagement you get, the cheaper your campaigns can get as well. So videos explaining what we can do, and then of course promotional videos. But like I said, I try and do everything in-house. I had beautiful videos from product suppliers, but they really didn't perform as well as I thought they would. Then a conversion campaign. Basically what we're doing is, if you like what you see, you've seen a video of me and you see a little button that says learn more, or click here, or buy now, and you click on it, you'll end up going to something that looks like a website, except you can't scroll around this website. You can only enter your details or click away. And that is what a conversion campaign is. So you'll say this wonderful thing about Olaplex and you can get it here, and then they'll click on, get on a landing page, fill in their details. Once they've filled in their details, they'll go to a second page, which says that your email is on the way, look out for your savings voucher, and then we'll have something else on this thank you page that will entice them to click the WhatsApp button and get hold of us straight away. So for example, if you WhatsApp us right now, we will give you a free Olaplex injection, which I also created myself, and when you come in for your visits. And then lastly, your CRM, which is your customer relationship management. It's all about follow up, follow up, follow up. And in all industries, not just hair salons and beauty salons, but I find that we've got bigger egos, so we are more difficult to convince. You have to ask for the business. The business isn't going to come to you. Think about how much stuff you see on Facebook and how quickly your attention is diverted. So you might have signed up for this wonderful deal with this great salon, and then you see something else on YouTube about how to do your own hair. I don't know. So you've already forgotten what you've signed up for. And a lot of people don't check their emails regularly, or they've given you an email address that's at work, and maybe your email doesn't ever get to them because of the security measures people take at work. So we have a great system. It's myself, my business partner, Megan, and my manager, Natalia. We are a great team because we make sure that the emails are sent, they're phoned, and they're WhatsApped. And I found that WhatsApp has been a great tool because we've got a dedicated WhatsApp number. And now what we actually do is we send voice notes as soon as we receive the leads. And we just say, "Hi, Stacey, how are you doing? You signed up for this wonderful deal. Let us know if you want more information. And if you don't want to hear from us, let us know as well." Then we can take them straight off the phone. And if they do want to hear from us, it's really important that they send a message back to us, because if you do broadcast messaging later on, if they haven't responded to you, they won't get the messages. Okay, so this is a screenshot from Ads Manager. You can see at the top, it says Ads Manager there, and you can see underneath, it says Mirrors Hair Lab. So this is kind of what you come up to as your home page on Ads Manager. And this is, if you look at the dates, it says January the 1st, 2019, up until the 3rd of April, 2020. So that has been just over a year. And just to explain, reach means, to use the billboard as an example, if people have stopped at the billboard, they're at the robot, they're really enjoying what they're looking at, they've read your adverts, and they could have even taken out their phone to take a picture of the adverts or written down a number to contact you. That is your reach. That is a measurable result that we can now get from Facebook. Impressions would be how many times your ad has been seen. So that's for people that have stopped at the robot, they've glanced at it, and then they've driven off. So it's in their subconscious, but they haven't really actioned anything. And then link clicks is where they physically clicked on a link and they are super interested in whatever we've had to say. So here you can see, I mean, in 1 year, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she spent 166,600 Rand. Is she crazy? So that was an amount that has been spent on all campaigns across the board throughout this about 13, 14 months. You'll see the reach, sorry, Edwin, 750,000 people have actually seen our adverts, and then our adverts have actually been seen nearly 4.5 million times, which is, I get so excited. And then link clicks, 51,000 people in the last year have clicked and have been interested in something that we have had to say. I get really excited when I see all of these. So these are just campaigns that I had going, little adverts. On the left-hand side, this was the most recent Facebook Olaplex campaign that we did. I'm going to show you stats of the figures we brought in with Olaplex afterwards, but you'll see in February, I entered a competition for best social media, and that was the stats. But when I was asked to do this presentation, I decided to just check it out again and see where we're at up until present moment. So you'll see that I really pumped money into Facebook at the beginning of the year. And in just 2 months, we almost doubled up on those leads, which is incredible. We've almost got 115,000 people that actually took notice of our adverts. And that ad was seen over 500,000 times. It's just amazing to me. Then the next one, just move my little thingy here. We have 56,000 people that have watched per 3-play. So 3-play means they've actually watched the video all the way through. And then at the bottom right, you can see that it says 63,000 views at the bottom of the ad. So that just means somebody didn't watch it all the way through. But the 3 plays mean that 56,500 people looked at this advert. This was a Brazilian advert that my partner Megan was a model for. So we did the before and afters in the salon. And then 2 days later, after she'd washed her hair, she did a video from home saying how happy she was and excited that she can actually blow dry her hair beautifully herself. So that was probably one of our best campaigns, as opposed considering that we only paid 7 cents per view. So it was very personable. She's lovely and warm and friendly, and people really loved watching her videos. So we only paid 7 cents per view. This next one was for a Vodri campaign. Vodri is a flat iron, We don't sell flat irons in my salon. We really like to teach our clients to blow dry so that their hair stays, you know, in the best condition it can. But I thought, let me give this a try. So we did this campaign where we built up the audience. So whenever we talk about a video view campaign, here we are warming up the audience. You'll see it had 31,003 plays and 47,000 actual views. But this was a client that came in, she bought her iron, she took before pictures, and then she sent us the after pictures saying that she only took 15 minutes to do her hair. And in 2 weeks, we sold 10 irons. Considering we've never sold irons before, that was brilliant. And also we didn't sell to our own clients. It was purely Facebook cold audiences. Then on the right, this was my first Olaplex campaign. So this was the campaign that we based a lot of our stats on. And then this was the campaign that we did just before Christmas in 2018. So there you can see I've got the product, I'm holding it. It says I can help you find the perfect Christmas gift. So already people that are looking for a Christmas gift are going to be like, oh, what's that? And then they see we termed it Spa Day for your hair, give all the features and benefits. We explain why Mirrors has customized it into its own treatment because we combine Olaplex and Joico. And you save 350 Rand. Again, when they click on that advert, they get to the thank you page, which entices them even more because they get some products for free to take home. Okay. Then this campaign, I hadn't even started a conversion campaign. I was really just focusing on warming up the audience. So it was for Easy Hair Pro. We came up with the term fillers for your hair. I thought fillers is a great word because most people know what fillers are that we put in our face. And I knew people would stop and be like, what's fillers for your hair? And what the Easy Hair Pro extensions do is they actually create volume in the hair. So we had 37,503 plays, which is brilliant. And at the bottom, you can see 86,000 views. So we've got a really wonderful audience to retarget when we get back to work. So that's very exciting. And then this is one of the videos that I created with myself getting the Olaplex done. And it only cost us 13 cents per view. But I must be honest with you, it did start at 9 cents. I just got lazy and it got ad fatigue and I didn't mind paying 13 cents. If it was only 4 cents more, it was fine. But brilliant results as well, 84,000 views. So when I talk about this, if I want to retarget everybody that just watched my advert, I can go into the ads manager and I can choose those 84,000 people to retarget to. But because I want people that are really interested in my business, I would rather target the 33,000 people that have actually watched my video all the way through, which means that they're really interested in what I had to say. Okay, and this is my turnover from January 2019 to March 2020 of just Olaplex treatments that we did in the salon. So this isn't my whole salon's turnover. This is just what we did in Olaplex alone. And if you look at the bottom, look at that beautiful number, almost 300,000 Rand we did in Olaplex revenue. And remember earlier, a few slides back, where you saw 166,000 Rand she spent. Olaplex paid for its campaigns and it made me 100% profit. And that's not even including the other campaigns that I've done. So I needed to keep it simple for you guys today. So here you can see our best month was January 2019 because I was putting in about 500 Rand a day on ad spend. And you can see the results there. February was about the same. March, I thought I was clever. I thought, oh, I've already got like 500 leads. I'm just going to work them. I'm not going to really do much Facebook advertising. So I halved it. I think I was paying 200 Rand per day for ads. But there you can see, March 2019 was, you know, almost 10,000 Rand less. So I thought, no. We got to put some more money in there. That's not good enough. And then it took 2 months just to build back up to over 20,000. July, I actually went to Egypt and I didn't want to be worried about any campaigns. So I just left it up to Megan and Natalia to just use the CRM systems and just retarget. August, we started getting back into the rhythm. And then September, October, November, December, we were way over 20. Now, this was a very interesting lesson for me because we take 2 weeks off in December. We closed in December from the 23rd of December until the 7th of January. And I thought, I want to go on holiday. I don't want to have to worry about marketing. So instead of turning my campaigns down, I switched them off. Came back to work in January. and my phone line had been cut because of cable theft. So I had no phone line. I only had the WhatsApp number. So only people that had been communicating through us with WhatsApp had that number. And I had no marketing on my side. And I mean, you can see there how dismal that result was. Put 500 Rand a day back in, we're back up to 18. And then March, we were almost right back where we started with the 25 mark. And then sadly, lockdown happened, and I have switched everything off. But I know that I've learned if I want any impact, I'm going to put my campaigns on 2 weeks before we go back. So if we go back 1st of May, it will happen next week. If we go back in 2 months' time, it will happen 2 weeks before then. Okay, so here is a screenshot from my actual Facebook ad account. And it's really important that you see I spent 4,000 Rand on this campaign, but we got 56,582 people to watch that video, which I can retarget. And let me tell you something, I definitely made more than 4,000 Rand in turnover with all the Brazilians that came in. Here's the Olaplex campaign. There you can see the numbers, 22,000 Rand investment, but I got 548 leads. So I'm very happy with that. And yeah, just this is very important because without WhatsApp, we wouldn't have got the results that we do get. And my amazing manager, Natalia, is fantastic. She comes in, she's got a routine. She answers all the WhatsApps in the morning that have come through the night. And then she gets onto the Excel spreadsheets. She loads all of the contacts. She does the individual voice notes. And then she makes a plan to make sure that everybody that she speaks to on the phone is upsold to, whether it's a cut and blow dryer or asking them for their nails. She's completely on the ball and gets them to commit as much as possible. When they come into the salon, my staff are very well trained at upselling. I just taught them the McDonald's way of upsizing. So you're already coming in, they're already bringing their wallets. They already have their wallets open. They know they're coming to the salon as an expensive exercise. So why stop at 500 Rand? So this was a very conservative marketing math that Edwin did, and we based it on the Olaplex. So 500 being the Olaplex, and then 400 Rand upsell would be the cut and blow dry that we upsold. But Edwin, I'm going to hand over to you.
So just very quickly, guys, it's so important that we understand the lifetime value of a client. You know, you form relationships with these people, and there's many examples where you've had someone coming into your salon for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 15 years from day one, 34 years ago. And just think of what the value of that client is. So as Candace said, a conservative look. If somebody comes and visits your salon 8 times a year and spends $500, that's $4,000 they're going to spend. You're going to upsell, you know, $400 every second visit or so, which is another $1,200. And then hopefully you're selling a bit of retail products at $1,150. So a client shouldn't be worth less than around about $6,000 for you, which over 3 years, you know, comes up to just over $19,000. This is extremely conservative. Some of you might be looking at this and going, no, I charge $850, $1050, $1,250 a visit. So you can just extrapolate those numbers. But on a conservative view, that's what a client is worth. So if we go back and look at those 548 leads that Candace produced just with the one promotion that she ran, 150 of those plus, once again, on a conservative view, 150 of those would have come in over a 3-month period, whether they came in all in month 1 or 50 came in month 1, 50 in month 2, and 50 month 3. That would have totaled to 75,000 Rands worth of money in the till, which I know is important because lifetime value is great, but you know, it's not money in the till yet. If you look at what that campaign cost her, it was the 4,000 for the videos, 22,000 was the conversion campaign, so it costed 26,000 bucks. Within 3 months, she made 75K back, so she's already in the black. And if you look at what a client is worth over a year, just based on conservative numbers, you're looking at almost a bar just on 150 clients. That if you can attract them, and the idea is to attract them and then keep them. I mean, you've got to stun them with the service. You've really got to make them feel so special and welcoming in that salon that they never want to leave that salon. They want those endorphins to fire, and they want to have that feeling every month, not so much of the service, but of the warm environment and the welcoming environment that they experience when they come to your salon. So financial and, more importantly, time security is really, really possible if you implement and make use of those online tools that are available. So we've got a really, really special gift for you guys. It's at no cost, and Candice is going to take you through it.
So basically, this is a free guide. It goes through everything we've spoken about today, except my campaign results. So it will give you some advice on how to post, when to post. It also teaches you about how to open up a business manager account and then how to open up an ads manager account. That is valued at 295 Rand. Edwin's going to share this link in the chat when we're finished, but if you feel like jotting it down or taking a photograph now, you can. If you click on there, you'll be able to download the guide very easily. And then the next thing that we have for you is we have a Facebook group. So it's not a Facebook page, it's a Facebook group where you can be your best version. It's called Salon Owners Masterclass. And we actually started that group because we were going to charge 300 Rand a month. And we've got different modules that we teach on everything we've gone through today, plus more. And we just thought, because of Corona and because everybody is able to be online now, we wanted to offer this to you guys for free. So if you join today, we've opened it up at no cost. If you join today, just log on, join us, and then you'll see in the group there's something called units. If you click on the units, you'll see all the little modules that we put together for you, which will help you step by step get online. Don't wait another day. And thank you so much. Really, it's been great sharing this with you. I hope I've inspired most of you to get online. We're happy to answer questions in the chat now. Have we got any questions?
We do have a question in the Q&A box, which is Narinda, who asks, Candice, you mentioned that you turned everything off after lockdown started. Why? If everyone says that this is the time to do social media?
So great question, Narinda. Thank you so much. I turned everything off because I needed to change my strategy. I could no longer offer Olaplex appointments or highlight appointments. So what we did is we actually, I've created a landing page which has a whole lot of prepaid vouchers that our clients can buy. And I've got a video that I'm actually going to send out. I was just waiting to find out if we were going to be on lockdown for longer. So remember, I said to you, 2 weeks is what you need. So we've got a really great campaign that's going to start probably tomorrow, where we ask our clients to support us. I've got a wonderful video that I made where all of my staff have sent a message, and I've edited it beautifully together. And we'll have that running. I'll have some really great copy and then get people to click onto our landing page. We've got about 8 different specials in hair, beauty, nails, and then there's the option to also enter a competition where they pay 200 Rand and then they can win one of 3 prizes within the hair and the beauty. So I just turned everything off from a paid advertising point of view. We're still posting content like crazy. I see one of you have asked about Instagram, which is also a great question. Instagram and Facebook are very much connected. So if I'm doing a paid ad on Facebook, it's going to be shown on Instagram as well. You just need to make sure that your dimensions of your photos and your videos are going to suit both. But Facebook will tell you exactly what you need to do step by step when you are in that ad account. So yeah, so when I said turned everything off, I just meant paid ads. I haven't stopped posting daily content at all. Sorry, Edwin, I interrupted you there.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in there and just reiterate about Instagram, guys. And I would like to introduce you, if you haven't already been introduced, to TikTok. For those of you that have seen TikTok and find it a bit silly, please understand that it's about to pass Instagram in terms of size and in terms of following, and they've got Facebook well within their sights. So if you're not on TikTok yet, that's another great opportunity, because you're still going to get free exposure on TikTok. And being in the industry that you are, you can create such beautiful images and content. I see one of the questions is, what content do you post 3 to 5 times a day? Where does the content come from? So there's different types of content. One is you want to understand, what does your audience want? Your audience wants to be educated. They want to be entertained. and they want to make money. That's really what audience is all about. So if you can't help them make money, you can possibly entertain them, but more importantly, education. How many times have you or your stylist colleagues said, man, I wish they would just listen and stop using X, Y, and Z and rather use A, B, C, because that's the opportunity for you to train them as to why they should be doing it. So the content will come from you, Elfrida. You would shoot that content, you would write that blog. The quickest way to do it, because none of us really like spending hours, well, some of us might, but I certainly don't, spending hours and hours writing out long blogs. What I suggest is you take this machine. Yeah, this is such a powerful tool. You take this and you just ask yourself the question, what pain points can I address today for my audience? What value can I add? What bit of information do I wish I knew about, before I joined the industry? What information would my audience want to hear about? So whether it's product specific, service specific, or whether it's just local community specific in your geographical area, take this device, shoot your message, and you can upload it. That would be the starting point. And then from there, you can extrapolate it into Instagram screenshots. You can even take the audio out and use it in a podcast if you wanted to, and you could have it transcribed into a blog. That could be the starting point. So I hope that answers your question, Elfrida.
Also, just to let you know, like what we've been posting from a personal point of view, because none of us are in the salon, is Megan, because she's a beautician, she actually did a little video of how she blow dries her own hair. And for myself, I'm not a nail technician, so I posted a little video on how to take your gelish off at home alone without damaging your nails. So you just got to think out the box as to what people want, what they're looking for and what answers they want, what pain points they're going through at the moment. Like I know that probably the next best thing, if it is made longer than 2 weeks, I'm going to have to begrudgingly get into my bathroom with conditioner and a bowl and brush and show my clients how to apply their own box color, because it's a real pain point. I mean, they've gone for 5 weeks. Some of their husbands don't even know they color their hair. So it's not something that I want to do, but I know that right now it's something that I can really help my customers with. And if they are supporting us by buying vouchers and buying prepaid packages, then it's the least that I can do. They probably won't get it right. The color will be terrible. We'll do a lot of color corrections when we come back to work, but I know that that's something that my customers would want to see. And then Miriam's asking, what would you say to technophobes? How to get over the fear of digital for people not keen on computers, phones, etc. Well, you can either ask us to help you, because that's what we do, and otherwise just join this group, because it really gives you little bite-sized chunks, step by step, on how to do exactly what we were speaking about, how to create your business manager, how you would do an ad account. And we show you, it's like pause and do, exactly like your hairdressing videos that you do when they teach you how to blow dry. So hopefully that answers your question.
And then I see Hema is asking a question. Can you put a cap on the amount you spend for those who don't have a lot of funds to spend, almost 4,000 a month in ads? Yes, that's one of the great tools that Facebook has made available, is that you can cap your spending. So even if you forget to go and turn an ad off, if you've set a spend amount, whatever that budget is, once it gets to that limit, it will automatically stop spending your money. So it's not an exact science. It might go over with a couple of rand, 2 or 3 rand or so, or 10 rand at the worst. But you won't wake up one day having spent 8,000 when you only wished you had spent 4,000. Great question.
Okay. I don't see any other questions. Do we have anybody else wishing to ask a question? Nothing else coming through. So clearly we're all now social media experts. Well done on that. A few thank yous coming through, so that's great. So it's just left to me to say thank you to both of you for a very informative chat, some great slides as well. The chat will be posted to our website, on our YouTube channel, etc. So those links will be up on the website fairly soon. So once again, thank you, Edwin and Candice.
And
thank you so much. And I also just want to mention that I'm still drawing the same salary without having to do any hairdressing, due to my marketing, and I can still afford to pay for the marketing spend. So I'm very, very happy as a salon owner. Can finally watch my salon grow.
Good, good.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for everybody that attended. We really look forward to interacting with everybody in the group, and we want to see you guys online, whether you use us or not, whether you continue with this journey with somebody else. Who cares? Just get online. That's where the attention is gone. So my parting shot is take advantage of the power of social media marketing for your business. If you have to teach yourself, because your competitors are. Trust me, if you're not doing it, your competitors are. Thank you so much. Peace and love to everyone, and all the best.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, and Candice.
Thanks, Phil.
And we will be running some more webinars on Friday of next week and possibly Thursday as well. But do watch our website, social media, and our email. Thank you all. Cheers. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.